Hey guys, just talking about cleats real quick, or footwear. Depending on your terrain is going to depend on what kind of shoes you should wear, or boots. Up here in Glasgow, it's fairly rocky, which creates a couple of different dynamics. One is, it's good to have cleats, but you don't necessarily want to be steel tipped, because you got to go through a bunch of rocks. That makes a lot of noise. You're slipping. You're more likely to fall, especially if you're trying to sprint. However, if you got these rubber tipped ones, not only are they usually cheaper, they don't make as much noise, they tend to grip the rocks a little bit better, and we usually recommend a little bit higher ankle support because you're going through the rocks. In this case, these are fairly new. I'm probably going to spray paint them with a black can of spray paint to hide that white. Not that that's a big deal, but every little bit helps. If you're in an area like our Ohio field where you have a whole lot less rocks, you've got a lot more options. You can wear more of a low top as opposed to a high top if you want a little bit less weight, so you can move a little bit faster. It's going to be a little easier to get away with what type of tennis shoes you might wear. Or in some cases, a lot of people will wear boots at either one of the fields if their ankles are bad. So those are just some options. Generally speaking, a real good cleat to wear is going to be that soft tip spike. In my case, I kind of go for baseball cleats. I do have a pair of football cleats that actually have half-inch cleats on them. So whenever we go to our Civil War event in Ohio, you can definitely get some traction because it rains like every year we go. Alright guys, one thing you can do when you're playing defense is you can use your ears a little bit more so you're not constantly poking up your head and giving a profile of your body out. And it's going to become a particular advantage if you see a guy coming from a long ways away. Okay, I know he's coming straight at me, okay? Well, you don't necessarily want to leave your head up while you wait for him to get closer. What you want to be able to do is get a kill shot. Well, if I leave my head up and I keep my gun on him, eventually I'm going to have to take a shot. And he might be 30, 35 yards out there. Maybe I get him. What I really want to do is get a high percentage shot, particularly if I'm a defender, I'm outnumbered, there's a whole lot more attackers. That first time I give away my position, I want it to be a kill shot. So I see a guy coming in. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just get down, I'll use my ears. And I'll try to listen, I'll try to identify where they're coming. You're going to get better and better at this the more you use your ears and the less you get in the habit of using your eyes. So one of the things you can do is if you have your driver's license, you can practice closing your eyes while you're driving and try to tell where you're going. And once you've mastered that, you're becoming an expert paintball ninja. So try blindfolding yourself while you're driving and see if you can make it down Route 90. Okay guys, one of the things you can do is use the force. When you're trying to tell someone's going to shoot at you, you don't know whether you can pop out your head, use the force. Focus, use those neurons, and you should be able to tell whether or not they're getting ready to pull the trigger. I named my son Luke. I use the force. You should use the force. It's going to make you a better paintball player.